The information in this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Consult your healthcare provider for proper care regarding your specific situation.
Hi, happy Halloween!
Hello. We're going to have some fun today.
This is my favorite holiday, guys. Can you tell?
I can't.
That's my favorite holiday.
I would have totally guessed that.
So I have this. I was going to wear a costume, and then I decided I would not do that. It was a lobster. It was a lobster costume.
Aww.
It's funny.
That is funny. I always think of Friends. He's my lobster.
It just
Love
cracks
it.
me up because I'm like, this is the dumbest costume. But anyway, okay. I have a joke. Want to start out with the joke?
Let's do it. Go for it.
Halloween joke. What do vegetarian zombies eat?
No idea.
Grains.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yay. Why are ghosts the worst liars?
Because they're full of sheet. Oh, wait, no.
Maybe that too. Because you can see right through them.
Oh, that's a good one.
Where do vampires keep all their money?
I don't know.
In the blood bank. Okay, I'm done now.
That's a funny one. The blood bank. But that cracks me up. Okay.
On the inside.
Yes.
I can see you just
Well,
rolling.
No, I was thinking about when we did the pirate one. It brought me back to the pirate one. Where did this is the pirate keep their money in the sandbank? And I was like, that's
exactly.
funny. Like,
exactly.
Okay, so now we have a Halloween Mad Lib.
Yay.
Are you ready? Are you
I
ready?
am. I'm the worst
I'm
at
sorry.
coming up with things at the...
Well, I haven't read
Second.
it. Do you want me to pass it off to you and you do it?
Sure.
I haven't cheated. I wanted to
I'm
cheat.
just not quick on the draw.
I'm not usually either. Or I say something stupid, which is usually me.
Everybody's going to be like, okay, I'll start reading a book. Y'all let me know.
Let me know
come
when
up
you're
with
done.
something. Okay. Container.
Container. How about... bag of blood. Is that a container? Would that be... Should it be something else? A coffin. Is a coffin a container?
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I mean, it does contain something. Coffin. Okay.
Corpses. Ed's going to be like, don't say corpses on the air.
Give me a number.
27.
Alrighty. Liquid.
Blood's too easy. Hold on.
See, and that's
Wait.
totally what I was.
What is the plasma? That's not the word I'm looking for, but just use that one.
Okay.
Whatever the stuff that ghosts are made out of from Ghostbusters. Ectoplasm. Do that one.
How'd you come up with that?
I don't know. Ectoplasm.
Lord
Do that
have
one.
mercy. Okay. I would not have come up with that. An adjective.
Oh, see, here's the ones I'm going to go with glittery again. I think I've used that before, but I really like it. It's calling to me.
Animal, plural.
Oh. Murder.
Oh. Yes. I was like, no animal. Oh, yeah.
Ravens or crows?
It is. Yes. A spice.
Star of anise.
God.
I don't know if you're laughing at the content or the shit I say.
No, what you're
Stuff
saying.
I say.
I'm like, this is different. A noun.
I'm going to have to go with graveyard.
Okay. Verb ending in ing.
Haunting.
Another number.
7.
Plural body part.
Is this episode PG or
Ish. Use the PG word for the word we teach our children to say.
Oh. Then I won't. Okay, what is it, plural?
Yeah. Yes.
Plural body part, butt cheeks.
Okay. And a silly word. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah, I'm not. No,
I'm not writing that.
You're
all
not
out.
writing that. Oh my gosh. What about oof? Is that a silly word?
It is now. I don't know how to spell it, but there we go.
Umptious.
Another adjective.
I want to go with a color. Let's go with dull.
Dull. Okay. Creature.
It's not the same as animal.
Well, I mean, I assume a creature could be like Loch Ness
I would say
or
Mothman.
Bigfoot.
Mothman.
There you go. And a verb.
Crashing.
Okay, we're gonna go with crash because
Okay. Sorry.
That's it. Okay, so here we go.
I'm so excited.
The title of this one is called Potion for Chaos.
Oh.
To make a perfect witch's brew, first grab a coffin and fill it with 27 cups of ectoplasm.
That works. Okay.
Add glittery murder tales and a pinch of star of anise. That sounds creepy. Stir it with a graveyard until it starts haunting. Finally, toss in 7 butt cheeks and chant, oof. If done correctly, you'll summon a dull Mothman who loves to crash at midnight. And there you have it.
That's funny.
That's chaotic.
That is chaotic.
That's very chaotic.
I'd be like, nope, we need to add more butt cheeks to this potion. More butt cheeks, please. Can I get those at the store?
More butt cheeks.
More butt cheeks. Mad Libs are always fun to me.
They are fun. We used to do those on road trips.
Yeah, we did too.
When I was little, me and my brother would be in the back seat.
We would just have them. Like
those.
They have them at Buc-ee's a lot. And I always want to get one. I'm like, no one's going to play this with me. Like, I'll be following around like,
wrong answer.
Yes. I'll just have to go to work and then randomly ask people, just anyone around. I need an adjective.
Just
And then at
walk
report-
into patients' rooms.
And then at
Give me a noun.
And then at Huddle, we can read our Mad Lib for the day.
Yes. There you go. We could use their pain scale numbers to fill in the numbers part.
What's your pain? Oh, okay, great. How would you describe it? I need an adjective.
That's right. Where does it hurt?
Is it
Noun.
Body part? Oh, abdomen. Oh, uterus. Okay, great. That works. I need another one.
Totally need to do that. See how long it takes people to catch
to
on
figure-
through the night. What we're doing.
I'll be like, what? What?
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so
I just have them call over the call light. And you'll say, can you describe your pain for me? No, it needs to be ending in an LY.
right.
No, can you have that ending in an ING? Like, okay. All right, y'all. I'm settled.
Are you sure?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, here we go. Unhinged. Okay. So, product review.
You want to do that
What
one?
we want to do
Yes.
next?
Let's do the
Okay.
product review. Scoot
All right.
on over and get this. This is your product. You found it.
Ooh. Alrighty.
I'm so excited. I get to play with stuff. And we get to open things.
So I went to Walmart and I picked up this Electric Ease nail file.
Ooh, Electric Ease.
Electric Ease.
Not the Electric Shuffle.
There was 2 different brands on the shelf. One is a brand that we commonly know and have talked about before, Frida, which we do like their products. But this one is Safety First, and it was...
Not second.
Right. It was about half the price.
That makes sense.
So we're going to see what we think. So go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, while she's opening it and kind of getting it together, because it's got a battery, while she's getting it together, just a reminder, you don't cut your baby's nails. Was it a couple months?
Newborn babies were at least 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks. Okay. So newborn babies, you don't cut their nails. They still have skin attached underneath, and that can make them bleed more than you want them to. Kind of startling. So what we have people do is we have them file with an emery board. And Delana has found this fancy pantsy, we need a screwdriver, file. We need a screwdriver.
We might.
We do.
I'm just trying to figure out where the battery's even supposed to go in.
It's right here, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. We do need a mini screwdriver. Darn it all. Okay. I don't have one of those. So.
That's sad.
It just takes a little tiny
Aww.
AAA. Goes in the back here. And
It's got a cute little case.
it does. So there's interchangeable little file heads that you can put on here for according to your baby's age. So
They're color coded. It's on the front.
yeah, it's kind of cool. So it says 5 age graded file heads. So the one for newborns, or it says 0 to 3 months. That is the one you'll want to use.
Yeah, and it's the color
It's
key
even there as well.
The color key is in here too, so it's not like you have to save the box. So that's cool.
4 to 11 months.
Yeah.
And then 12 months and over. And there's even an adult one.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. There's a what's soft polishing.
And then this one, I guess you can
that's
take
the little
it
polishy
and,
guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So how does this
Polish
come
the
off?
top of the nails.
There's replacements, guys. There's replacements. It comes with
Oh, yeah.
extras.
That's cool.
There's extras.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Bring it on over. Is that a little tiny? Oh, I think it's too big. I think it has to be a little baby.
Oh yeah, this guy. Let's try.
Perfect.
Yeah,
And
we'll
it
manage
is a
with that
flat
little
head.
flat head. That's okay. We
Whoop,
can.
whoop. No, that's what we need,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh,
the
is it?
flathead, yeah. That's perfect. Can always count on Ed.
Yay! Okay. So look. Okay. So it's got. I guess. Now I'm gonna take it out. Oh yeah. All right. So we have our little tiny pieces, like according color coded, and they're seated in here so you don't lose them. But like I said, they have. You can change them out. And they have extra. They're not in like any order, but they have extra.
It has
Is
two
it
different
going?
speeds. It is. So, look, when you set it up, you can actually close the lid, and then it sits right down in there like that. And then I guess you can take their little nails, and it's just a power button right here that you push, and it's working. And then you can increase the speed of it.
How fun. Ooh, let's change it out. Now I want to play with it more.
I know, right?
Oh, there's an unlock. Okay. We unlock and take it out. Boom.
Okay. So, adult is the purple one.
The weird taupey one.
Let's see. We have 0 to 3 months, 4 to 11, 12. Okay. It would be that one.
The colors are kind of funky. Like on adult, it looks...
Yeah.
I'm making a mess. This is how I play with stuff at home, too. Oh, clicks right in, y'all.
Okay, and that's the polishing
Look,
one
there's
that's
a
on there
light.
currently.
You guys see the light in case you can't see, in case it's dark, in case
Yeah.
want to wake them up.
Yeah, there was
Oh.
something on here that said, let's see, the little light, so you could do it while baby sleeps. I'm like, I don't
know that they're going to do that, but maybe they do. How fun. Honestly. Oh,
But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's safe.
I need to take this to work.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it. Okay.
So it releases
find.
what? Is it this button that
You
releases
hold it in, and pull it out.
That was spooky. My mic is moving. Okay, now what?
Just pull it out.
Oh, okay. I'm making it hard.
You are.
I was like, I think I'm going to break it.
Don't-
No, not going to break it.
I would have already broken it by now. I would have already been broke-it.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Fun find.
It is. And then that pad pops out.
Oh, okay.
And then you've got your replacements
Okay,
over here.
I was wondering how those came off.
Yeah. I wonder if you can just, I'm sure you can probably just buy replacement heads, but I don't know. I didn't look for those while I was in Walmart.
I probably do have
But I bet you can.
Yep.
You know, Amazon has everything too.
This is true.
Walmart didn't. Well, that's kind of cool.
What a fun little gadget. I like stuff.
I do like it. And it's not going to do anything to hurt your baby.
How many rattles do we give it?
How many do we give?
I'm gracious on my rattles. Like, I'm going to say 5 rattles.
Well, I don't see any problem with it.
I know it's a problem. I'm gracious with my rattle giving.
Yeah.
So everything that I'm going to give is going to be like, that's 5 rattles. How cool.
I mean, is it necessary? I don't think it is because, well, I'm sitting here messing with it. But I do like it, and you're not going to do any harm to your kiddo. So I would say I would give it 5 as well. But back in the day, that didn't exist, and we did just okay without
We did
it.
okay with what we had.
That's right.
We just put it on the concrete, and here's where I'm taking off a rattle. Actually, it's easy to turn it off and on
And run your battery down.
and run your battery down.
But you could probably stick it in there upside down, If you didn't want to risk that. Will it go in upside down?
Yeah. All right. They can have the rattle back now.
You just got to stick it in there upside down.
Okay.
So you don't accidentally turn it on. And then when you want to go to use it, it's going to be dead. But
It's got a little case. It's cute.
that works.
I feel like it's kind of bulky for like a diaper bag situation. I feel like an emery board
It's
would be
something you'd want to take with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
it's
definitely
great
a
for home use.
It is.
So maybe 4, but, I'd still, if
4.5 rattles.
if I was having a baby and somebody gave it to me, I definitely would not complain. I'd be like, oh, this is kind of cool. Yeah.
In fact, you'd probably take it to the hospital. So you.
Exactly. That would be a good thing to have at the hospital because not all, a lot of the mamas are asking us if we have nail files and such, and we don't.
We don't.
This would be great.
I always feel like I want to go buy like a giant pack, but
Yeah.
because they're always born with these big giant talons. I guess they have more than one finger usually. They're born with big giant talons, and we'll scratch their face. Overall, I think ease of use is good. It's an easy to use thing. It's other than if you didn't have a T9C screwdriver.
Right.
But anyway,
I like
that's
it.
fun. I like it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good find. So we're going to tell spooky hospital ghost stories. You ready? I'm excited.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
So, okay, I know that a lot of people, I feel like we're probably like 50-50. Out of the people that I personally know, whether you do or don't believe in ghosts. So if it's not your thing, that's fine. It's just, we're just having fun.
Yeah.
But
They're just stories. There might be some kind of something going on, but, you never know. Things happen at creepy times, and we're like, it's a ghost. So.
But personally, I do have to say that I do believe in ghosts.
I do too. I think we have children that live in our house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're always like upstairs. Like, okay, this is a non-hospital related one, obviously, but we have a landing, like almost like was like a bridge from our stairs to the other side of the room. And then so there's like, anyway, you can always hear what seems like they're playing up there. And just FYI, I don't have any children, so there's no kids in my house. So sometimes like I feel like they're playing and I'll hear them, and then they'll turn on random things in my living room. Like we have a sound bar. The sound bar gets turned on sometimes. There was one time I woke up and I have these little fake candle lights in a little lantern, and it was on. And I just let it go until it died out. I'm like, they're so sweet. They turned on a light for me, so I didn't trip over anything in the dark. My little ghost babies are so nice. But I feel like there's more than one, and I feel like they're small. So I don't know. I believe in them too, but
Yeah.
That's me.
But, I think there's a lot going on in this whole spiritual realm that we just don't know or fully understand.
Yeah.
So, and I do believe in God, but I also believe that there's this other, I don't know, otherworldly things
Yeah.
that happen that I just can't explain sometimes.
100% ectoplasm. I'm here for it.
But, specifically in the hospital, well, we recently, in the last, 3 years, got a new women's tower. And I haven't seen anything weird happening in the new women's tower. But there was strange things that happened in the old one.
Oh, y'all, we have this old building. And it was previously its own hospital until the big hospital added on. So I think it was built in the 80s. So it's not like, I'm not saying it's like a 1940s hospital. It was definitely built in the 80s, But
that was 40 years. A lot can happen in a hospital
and it
in 40
wasn't
years.
just the women's building at that time. It was everything. It was medical. It was ICU. It was emergency. Yes, it was everything. So, I mean, people go to a hospital and pass away. So, there's going to be ghosts, I feel like. But, so a lot of weird things would be happening in our old building. So it would be like, guess what happened tonight? Guess what happened tonight?
Mm-hmm. So, there was one night in particular that I remember, and it was me and you.
I'm probably thinking of the same one.
Yeah. Totally creepy. When we were both in the hallway, and there was an empty patient room.
Yep.
And we heard noise, or music specifically, coming from this empty, dark room. And we both looked at each other and were like, what? Where's that coming from? And we both started walking toward the room, and it's getting louder and louder. It's definitely in that room. And it wasn't just like regular music that you would hear on a radio.
It was almost like...
It felt to me like...
music box music.
Exactly.
It was like music box music. That's what it sounded like, that tinkling.
Which is kind of creepy in its own right.
Yeah.
But it did sound like a music box. And so the room was dark. The room was empty. It had been cleaned since the last patient had left that room. And we walk in there, and I walk around to one side of the bed, and you go to the other side, and we're looking, crevices around the bed, under the bed, and all of a sudden it stops playing. And then the television flips on.
I think I remember, too, we were both like, no, you go in. No, you go in. No, I don't want to go in there. You go in there. And then we're like, okay, we'll go in together.
I remember.
We'll fight a ghost together.
You were the closest the side of the bed closest to the door. And when the TV flipped on,
I think I ran out.
you said, I remember your specific words were, I gotta go. You turned around and you split. I was like, you're just gonna
leave you in there.
That was what happened.
I don't remember what I said. I think now I'd be like, okay.
But what was so weird was after we both like abandoned ship, we stayed the heck away from that room for like hours. In the morning, I think when the sun started to, kind of come up, and we were getting ready for a day shift to get there. I was like, okay, I'm going to go back in there. I'm going to see if I can find anything. Of course, I didn't. I'm like looking under mattress and feeling in the couch,
You're brave. I would have gone back in there like a cat does. Like,
well, there was nothing to be found. But what was so weird was the channel that the TV flipped onto. It was like paranormal something or other. Like,
now I'm really sad. Maybe they were trying to speak to us, and I don't know.
It was weird.
That was a creepy thing.
Anyway, yeah. What you gonna do?
So in that same building, obviously, a lot of these are going to be based on that building. There was, I will say too, that building was easy to get into, and people, like, honestly, there's a lot of homeless in that area. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes homeless people would get in and then meander, find their way somewhere, and then they'd be sleeping in random spots. And like, there's a few times where we found them and that's happened. They're not doing anything malicious. They needed somewhere to sleep.
Right. Usually they'd get up on the floor that was not used.
Yes. And so there was before they started excavating and doing a bunch of stuff, trying to renovate our area, there was the third floor, which was nothing. And then it was almost set up like an ICU with like a round station and then the rooms. And I forgot what we had another coworker. And we all went up there because we were looking for something. And no one wanted to go. They were like, okay, you go first. No, you go first.
We'd usually go in groups.
Yes. Yeah. If we're going upstairs for something, we would go in twos or threes. We really would. We would go like with somebody because, number one, if there's a hobo, a homeless person, I guess hobo is insensitive. But if there's a homeless person, would something happen, we need someone to help. Anyway. But we went up there and it was dark in that little ICU area. And I remember there was just a lot of like equipment up there, like janitorial equipment. And then one of the rooms like in the middle. So we're walking in, forgot what we're looking for. One of the rooms in the middle, like a stack of sticks, like not sticks, like 4x4s or construction stuff, fell over. And and I was going first because everyone's like following me, which is surprising. Usually I'm a chicken. I'm a scaredy cat. And so this stack of 4x4s or whatever is like falling over. And I do remember like everyone scrambling, like running out. I didn't even know what we were looking for at the time. But I'm like, and I think they did the same thing that I did to you. They left without me. I was like, y'all, I could have died. You're lucky the elevator is slow.
I don't think our ghost was ever intending to harm us. They just really like to mess with our brains.
Or they try to communicate now like that. I don't know. I feel like they communicate, but they don't do with what they can. I don't know how much force it takes a ghost to move a stick, but apparently that one was strong because he just backhanded a stack of...
Well, I do watch the show Ghosts, and Trevor works really hard to move things.
I love that show. That's exactly what I got.
So funny.
That's a good movie. Show. That's a good show. But, yeah, that third floor was just creepy.
It was. Well, I remember one night the PACU was empty. There was nobody recovering after their C-section, so the nurses and everybody were out, at the L&D desk, and nobody's back there. We started smelling smoke, and they went in there, and there was a receipt laying in the middle of the just a random receipt, and it had just burned out. Like somebody had lit a receipt and put it in the bottom or on the floor. And it
was
burned
that night
out.
shift or day shift at the time? Because I remember
That was night
too.
shift.
But was I not? I think I was.
You were night shift.
Okay. I was like, I remember this story.
Yeah.
There was a lot of weird stuff that happened, y'all.
Yeah. It was very weird.
I wonder where our ghosts are living now that they demolished that building.
Probably just waiting on the next thing to be built on the land.
Probably. We had a security robot out there for a while, y'all. Like our hospital decided to get a security robot. I've never encountered this robot, but I think they put it in that parking lot.
It only lasted a day.
Because the ghost got mad at it. Right. They said, "Why is this in our parking lot?" I wonder what kind of footage it could have picked up from our little ghosties.
Paranormal on the camera.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So there was another one where we had, y'all, my memory is so terrible with these kind of stories. And I think this was also night shift. And I don't know who I was working with. But there was one patient that we had, and then it wasn't as busy as now. Like now we kind of go into each other's rooms all the time because we're like, okay, let me bring you this. You need some bottles. You need some wipes. Here, let me bring you this. So a lot of us see each other's patients just arbitrarily during the day because we're not going to be like, hey, your patient wants some wipes.
Teamwork.
Yes. Can you go get those wipes for your patient while I sit here? No. We usually get up and do stuff for each other. So, but then it wasn't as busy. So there was a patient who said, hey, that one nurse that came in here earlier was super helpful, like helped me so much. And I couldn't remember her name. And I was like, oh, what did she look like? And she just gave a vague female description. I think it was like short hair or something like that, or just like medium length hair, but like not even a color. She's like, I don't remember the hair color. Because I think it was night shift and it was dark. And so I said, oh, hey, my patient, I went to another nurse. Hey, my patient in room blah, 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 said that you helped them a lot. What did you go in there for? I didn't go in that room. I asked another nurse. I didn't go in that room. Here's the tech. I didn't go in there. And we didn't have a secretary at the time. So I'm like, who went into my patient's room? And I thought they were messing with me the entire night. I really did. But no, I don't know what happened. I still to this day don't know who went into my room, but I'm going to claim it's Nurse Betty, which is what we called her.
Hey, at least she was being helpful.
She was being helpful. Nurse Betty is what we called her, and that's who followed. Y'all remember one of our other episodes we had Alicia on? Alicia is the attractant for ghosts and weird happenings and things like that. So we do now claim that whenever something weird happens to Alicia, that Nurse Betty followed her.
Yes.
So.
Oh, she has things in her personal life that happen all the time.
I know. Yes. But yeah.
It's wild.
Nurse Betty, I think, followed us. But Nurse Betty did nice things. Nurse Betty would turn on those automatic paper towel dispensers.
So yeah, those are always going
we'd
off.
always have a fresh paper towel from Nurse Betty. She's so sweet. It doesn't matter. Nothing could be walking past it. I know they have the sensors, but there was like several in like a little vicinity, and you could be doing nothing. You could be sitting there charting in the middle of the night, and you hear, like, thank you. We totally needed that right now. I needed to wash my hands. Thank you, Nurse Betty, for the hygiene reminder. So that would happen all the time in every room, everywhere. Mm-hmm. But
it did. Well,
so funny.
That reminds me, our helpful nurse ghosts. There was, and these are not my own personal stories, but if you talk to a lot of nurses from different hospitals, you'll hear crazy stories along these lines. So one of the hospitals I worked for in the past, we had a room that the nurses on that floor, the charge nurses, they totally avoided putting patients in that room at all costs because, they'd had a bad outcome in one of those rooms. But that call light in that specific room would go off randomly a lot. And it was just that one room. And of course, we know there's no patient in there.
Patient in there.
But
the ghost patient needs something.
yes. But
You
she
just
would
go
call
in
a
there.
lot.
You just go in there with offerings.
Yes.
Would you like some juice?
Yes. And it was a very old hospital. It was built, I believe, in 1930. So
Wow.
it'd been around a while. But that outcome had happened within the last 10 years of when I worked there. And so, yeah, they always said it was that patient.
It probably was.
So
Never left.
creepy. And occasionally we'd have to put a patient in that room, but we tried not to, even though it was very close to the nurse's station.
That's how I feel like. Do you remember room 19 in the old building? The one that was in the corner? Okay, so we had this separate room. It was at the end. So it was basically for your isolation patients. And then that's when you would go and gown up and wash your hands and then go into another room. So it was a door and then like a little sub room and then going into the room and then another door going into the room. And that's where all the patient stuff was. So we tried to avoid that room because I felt like that was the creepiest room to me.
That one was.
It was extremely creepy. And there was one time, and I'm sure there's a logical reason for this. If you have a logical reason for this, let me know. I don't. But I went in there one time because our secretary, it was a day shift, secretary at the time said, there's something weird going on with this clock. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like, is it going backwards? We went in there.
That would be creepy.
And it's legit. It's just, it's like going. Like, it just in circles, the hand.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, is it, and it's an older clock. So I'm like, it's not daylight savings time. Like, what's the deal? Like, what is this programmed for? And then it stopped. And we're like, okay, well, it's doing its own thing. That's fine. And it starts going again, like a couple hours later, because I think she was in there pumping. It was after she had one of her kids, so she was in there pumping. And like
I don't think I'd be going in there.
Then recorded it the second time. I was like, what is it doing?
That's weird.
I have no idea what. I'm like, what electromagnetic?
But it's just one of the battery operated clocks,
Yeah.
right? Oh yeah, that's super creepy.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, sometimes they are programmed to do that, but it was an older, it's not like a new fancy clock. It was like your typical click in the battery, click out, and it has the little dial on the back so you can change the time.
Yeah.
So we always had to manually change the time.
Right.
But it did that like twice in a night. So we were like, okay, I'm no longer having fun in this room. Let's go. Let's go. Go get the stage, open a window, something, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, do something.
It was odd.
Oh, and I used to work with a nurse who, she was from London originally. Like, she had been in the United States for several years, but she used to work as a nurse at some old hospital in London that had been around for, 100 plus years.
It's even more creepy than our hospitals for
Right.
some reason.
And she said there was tons of stories, but she said that there was a nurse who the patients would say had come in and helped them. And they couldn't figure out who it was, but they would describe this nurse like to a T. Like, every patient that would say they saw her would give the exact same description. But what she was always doing was collecting bedpans. Like, the nurse would put their patient on a bedpan and leave, and then when she'd come back to get it, she'd say, oh, the other nurse already got it. And everybody would give like the same description. They could never find the bedpans. Never. Like, they just disappeared off the face of the earth.
That's weird.
She's like, somewhere in some other realm, there's a closet that somebody's going to open one day and bedpans are just going to fall out of it.
It's a poo collector nurse.
So strange.
That's a horrible afterlife, though.
It is.
What happened? What happened?
What did she do in this life?
Where she now has to spend her afterlife
Eternity.
collecting bedpans.
I don't know, but I thought that was crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, and then also, I've got so many of those stories from people. But back to this hospital that I worked at where we had the call light that would go off all the time. My hair's doing weird things. It keeps falling out of this clip.
It's so silky smooth.
I guess so.
Hair clips don't like silky smooth hair.
No.
Do you need a spider headband? Will
I
that
think
help
I
you?
just need more hair is what I need. Can you help me with that?
Actually, hold on.
No. But we worked very closely with the gyn floor. So usually if we had to float, we would float to the gyn floor, or the gym nurses would float to our floor, vice versa.
Must be nice.
So the nurses over there, they had a room much like the one of our rooms. They had a patient that had passed away in this particular room a few years before, and they'd try to avoid at all costs putting the patient in that room because when they had to, they would get reports from the patients of seeing this person in their room, and they could describe her. And when they describe her, they knew exactly what patient it was. They were like, oh, yeah, that's, this person that passed away in that room. But they said that she would move patients' flowers. Like if they get flower arrangements, she would move them from, this table to the bedside table, just all around the room. She would rearrange the room for them, basically. But when the nurse would come in, they would say, oh, she's hiding behind the curtain there. Like, they say they would literally see her go behind the curtain when they heard the door start to open. But, of course, there was nobody behind the curtain. It was very creepy. And the patients, some of them would get really scared and, you have to get me out of this room. And they would move them. But
I always wonder,
they said,
you talk to them?
Yes, that's what I was about to
doing?
say. The nurses said that before they put a patient in the room, or, if something happened, they had to move the room, they obviously knew this person's name. So they would go into the room and they would just talk to the room. They would say that person's name, and you cannot be doing this. You're scaring the patients. This is not your room anymore. You have to let them stay in here so we can help them.
I was going to say, you do have
And
to
then
do that.
she would calm down until for a little while, and then she'd start up with her antics again.
Listen, Jessica.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Ghostina. Let's not scare the patients all the time.
Mm-hmm. But they'd said, that patient that was in there, she was in there for very long term. And
That was her room.
she knew that she was not going to make it. And she had talked, to the nurses about not being ready to go. And
So she's stuck.
yeah.
At least she's not collecting bedpans.
She's not collecting bedpans. She is just messing with people.
So I'd rather be doing that. If I have to be stuck in a room or a place, I don't want it to be collecting bedpans. And I don't want it to be breastfeeding either.
Yes, I know.
My back would
Back
hurt
pain.
for all of eternity. Eternity.
For real? For real.
That's what's going to be what's happening to me. I
I'll
guarantee
swaddle your baby for the rest of eternity.
100%. Be
I'll do baths.
There's
I'll
a
give
nurse
baby
in the
baths.
room doing this number. Okay, your baby's crying. Let me have it. I'm ready. Just hand it off.
I'll just do baby baths for the rest of my existence.
I honestly hate those two. That would probably
Do
be.
ya?
I do.
I don't hate those.
I do not like giving a baby a bath.
But I feel like I don't get to do them very often
Nope.
either. So that's probably why.
That's why I feel like a patient's like, no, I don't want to give him a bath. I'm like, okay. I'm going to give him a little wipe down or something. I'll do that. Like if there's just a little extra cheese here and there, then I'll do that. But I won't. I'm like, all right, that's fine. You keep your vernix. That's great.
That's right. You're a proud owner.
Yeah, proud owner of that
It'll
vernix.
soak in.
Yeah.
It does.
Lotion.
So, yeah, some interesting stories out there.
We had, so I have a couple more. I worked in a psych hospital before I worked at our hospital. And
Ugh.
it wasn't, it wasn't
Not my thing.
Okay, so I had done my psych rotations in a very, very, very old facility. Like, this is during nursing school, and I didn't have a lot of encounters there. But, just like with you said, like, there's bad outcomes at every facility. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of facility. Well, this facility, it was a psych facility, newer psych, but not an old building. But it was like either a rehab or a skilled nursing prior to that. So, there was some deaths in there. Things happen. But it was a 2-floor situation. On the bottom floor was a geriatric floor. And the top floor was like your adults and whatnot. So I don't know what it was prior to that. But a lot of the times, and I worked mid-shift at this time, and it was 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So right at that witching hour too. And it was right in front of like what was an old graveyard, like in the back. Cause my creepy self and another one of our coworkers went to go explore. We're like, let's go see what's back there. Like idiots. But, anyway, so yeah, I in the middle of the night, we heard a bunch of like loud stepping, and we thought it was one of the patients up there. And so we called the tech that was on. They have a tech station in each hallway to watch the patients, and we called the tech up there on the phone. We're like, "Hey T, can you like tell your patient to sit down? Like it's like reverberating downstairs here, and like our geriatrics sometimes they sleep light. Like, so can you just tell him to chill out? Is he okay?" And he'd be like, "There's nobody in the hallway right now." I'd be like, "You are lying to me."
Right.
So then I'd hear it again. And I'd go storming up there. And they'd be like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, y'all aren't kidding. There's nobody walking. Like, it is downstairs. And so then they'd come downstairs and listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is fee-fi-fo-fumming in the hallway here, man? It was nobody. It was nothing.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Creepy.
That facility. I don't even know what happened there previously, but it was crazy. But anyway.
I believe it.
You got any more?
I don't. Nope.
Okay. I'll have to do another one of these. Like when I start remembering stories.
Oh,
I'm
I know.
Oh, I love ghost stories.
Part 2.
Part 2 ghost stories. Creepy stories. There's always weird stuff that happens, like especially on your Friday the 13th or things like that, your full moons, but not like super creepy. Always just kind of weird things that happen.
Just weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually weird chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Full moon.
If you guys have a ghost story, please feel free to share it with us. We like them.
Please.
We like hearing ghost stories, so this is fun. So like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. Happy Halloween. Be safe.
Thank you for listening today. The Rattled Nurses podcast is not intended to provide medical advice. It is not endorsed by our employer, and we are not speaking on behalf of our employer. Our commentary and stories are our own.
Also, on a serious note, we want you to know that if you are feeling blue or depressed, it is okay. You're not alone, and there's always someone to reach out to. You can call the National Maternal Mental Health Hotline at 1-833-TLC-MAMA, or text the crisis line, text HOME, HOME, to 741-741. Remember, you're doing a great job. Now go warm up your coffee.